Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth and welcome to Stamp, Scrap and More. And who would think that this pile here in front of me, see this pile, would make this super cute card for Christmas. Yeah, I know it's July 22nd and here I am making Christmas cards, but it's never too early, right? Stampin' Up! Has a sale on right now for Designer Series paper, and this is one of the papers that's available in the annual catalog. And so we buy 3 packages of Designer Series paper and you can get one free. And this is called Under the Mistletoe. And it's super cute. So we're going to use the Under the Mistletoe Designer Series paper. We're going to use the Christmas Pines stamp set, and we're going to use the Christmas Blessings stamp set from that. We are going to use a Whisper White Thick card base. And there's the piece of Designer Series paper, and that's cut at 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. The piece of Old Olive is cut by 5 1/4 by 1 1/2, and I have already run that through the basket weave embossing folder. And just a tip, because it's got it's very linear, and if it's not in the folder straight, you're going to get a wobbly piece of basket weave. So I like to line it up with not the edge here, because then you're going to miss some of the pattern, but there's an edge to the pattern like that, right along that edge there. So I like to line it up along that edge, and that way I'm sure I'm going to get a nice straight piece of basket weave. And we're going to use a piece of the Glimmer Red paper. Every Christmas card needs some sparkle. We are going to use the framelits from Lakeside. We're going to use, in particular, this one, and we're going to cut 2. We're going to cut one in red, and we're going to cut one in white. And just because I like the Night of Navy, we are going to stamp the sentiment in Night of Navy. You've got some navy in the card as well, so it just adds that a little bit of coordination. You could do it in Old Olive or red. I just like the navy. So we are going to put some snail adhesive on the back of this, and we're going to adhere that to the card front like that. And because it's got basket weave effect, make sure you get a lot of adhesive on there, especially the corners. Some people like to use the Tombow glue for this. I just use the snail. And I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna try and do this without getting my head in the shot or my hair in the shot. You don't need to see my ponytail. There it is. You don't need to see that. I'm gonna put that down. Okay. Now we're gonna take the Designer Series paper and we're going to adhere it to the card like that. Again, it's just gonna overlap slightly on the top. I don't know about you, but it's been a rainy, miserable day here, so it's perfect to have stayed inside and stamp. Except for I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but that's what else is new. And I'm just going to adhere that down. Like I said, I'm an eyeballer. And make sure it's really secured tightly. And now we're going to take some Tombow glue. I like to use Tombow glue on the back of the Designer Series papers. I'm sorry, on the back of the Glimmer papers. It just adheres a little bit better. I actually did this video once before, and when I got to the Tombow glue, it was stuck, and I went, oh. So I started the video all over again. You know what I mean? When it's stuck, the tip gets clogged. And now I'm going to put this on top, just covering over slightly the seam. And hold that down until it's really nice and secured. Now, there's the base of the card. Now, for this, let me bring out this card here. I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension to it. So if you wanted to, you could leave the card as is and just put on the Christmas blessings like that, and you're done. But it's not totally finished off in my books. So I'm just going to take the scissors and yeah, I'm eyeballing it again. And I'm going to go down the center like that. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp the Christmas blessings in the Night of Navy without getting my head in the shot. And I'm hoping it's straight. It's not straight, but that's okay. Oh, it's straight enough, right? See, doesn't the Night of Navy just give that extra, that nice, it's really nice and crisp. I'm going to put that aside, just dry a bit. Now I'm going to just put a little bit of snail adhesive, not snail adhesive, Tombow on the back of this strip. And I'm going to, oops, adhere it like that to the back of, can you see what I just did? I should have done it on the white because I was afraid that the Night of Navy wasn't quite dry yet. So you're just gonna edge it, give it an edge like that. And now I'm gonna do it on the other side. I'm gonna actually adhere it to the Whisper White. And I'm gonna take this piece and I'm gonna line it up. Yep. And the Tombow glue is forgiving, so you have a little bit of wiggle room. Just make sure that it's really nice and secured. So the last thing I'm going to do is, because this is glimmer paper, if I were to put dimensionals on top of it, it's not going to stick because of the glimmer, right? So what I like to do when I do something and put a sentiment on top of glimmer paper, I like to straddle it. I like to straddle the glimmer paper. So I'm going to take a piece of the, of the small dimensionals, and I'm going to put them down both sides. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, you don't want them falling off, right? So make sure you use enough. 1 here. And then when you actually put it on the card, it's going to be straddling the glimmer paper, and you're going to, you might get a little bit of the dimensional on the glimmer paper, but you're also going to be getting the dimensional on top of the designer series paper. So I'm just taking the backs off, so it's not going to fall off. And then we're just going to add this to here like that. And ta-da! Actually, if I'm looking at this card, I've cut this a little too long, so I'm just going to take a snippet off of there. There we go. There we go. And there's the card. Isn't that super simple? And that was 7 minutes and 8 minutes long almost. So there's the simple card, and easy to mass produce. Has a little bit of detail on it with the embossing folder, but it also has the bling and the extra detail. So that was my share for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, contact me at info@stampscrapandmore.com, and we'll see you soon. Take care.